Friends, my fellow countrymen, come lend me your ears. Spare me your time, it'll just take 5 minutes, for the information I carry is of dire importance. While some of you may previously thought I had ulterior motives that drove me to take part in the assassination of Julius Caesar, this is however false. Julius Caesar, like many of you know, is a family member of mine. He was not only a distant cousin, but a dear friend to me, which made this even harder for me to commit. But I saw what needed to be done, and I chose to act on this. I did this not only for myself, but for every single one of you and the future of Rome. I'm a military leader, and as part of my job description as general to fight for the people of Rome against any enemy, including Julius Caesar. I'm also a senator elected and chosen by every single one of you to serve this fine Roman Republic, and I will continue to do his best for Rome. And Julius Caesar would have not been the best thing for Rome. If you trusted me enough when you elected me, then you're equally able to trust me now. You can also trust what I say wholeheartedly, since I've been raised my whole life to do his best for Rome. I'm an aristocrat from a long line of noble and distinguished citizens. My father, Decimus Brutus, was a consul, and my mother, Sempronia, was a distinguished woman. My adopted father, Albinus, was a second consul, and my grandfather, Decimus Brutus Callacius, extended Rome's rule to the Atlantic. I was entrusted during the Gallic and our civil wars to be given command of a fleet by Caesar himself. I was made praetor and designated to be governor of Cisalpine Gaul in the following year. If I was entrusted in wars that determined the fate of Rome, then you are equally able to trust that my actions against Caesar was not only justified, but necessary. I've waged war against the most warlike people and captured many strongholds for the future of Rome and for the public. After all this, is it really hard to believe what I say about your beloved Caesar? After all, Julius Caesar loved me as a son, so who would know better than I of his true intentions? Unfortunately, Julius Caesar was manipulating all of you like puppets this entire time. Julius Caesar was a fraud. Yes, you heard me correctly. The so-called honest and noble Caesar was a fraud. He was working his way to the top to be king, so he gained power over everyone. He was greedy, constantly looking to ways to gain more and more power. He was merciless and bloodthirsty, fighting anyone he could just to extend Rome for his own glory. Consider the hundreds of thousands of Gauls and countless others he slayed in order to build his own prestige. And on top of all this, he declared himself dictator, completely foregoing the electoral process of the people. As a power-thirsty ruler looking for sole control what you want for Rome? For your elected officials have worked so hard to stop Rome from turning into monarchy. Under monarchy, Rome would be submitted to endless suffering. There'd be losses not only for you, but for generations to come. Could you imagine leading your children and grandchildren into lives of slavery under a tyrannical ruler? Are you willing to give up your personal rights forever? Is this what you want for Rome? Consider your countless family members, friends, and neighbors who've died serving this republic. Do you want all of them to have died in vain? Do you want your lives controlled by a compulsive liar who has been manipulating you this entire time? Of course not. Listen, my fellow countrymen, as Caesar was not only ambitious, but proud. Take a look at his beloved wife Calpurnia's story. She begged her dear husband to stay at home this morning, which he complied with only until the crown was dangled in front of his face as leverage. If he was not looking to be king, why would he be willing to go only after that title is put on the line? Look at his brutal nature through the slaying of Pompey, ironically enough, the only man who could check his power and balance his authority. And why would Caesar choose to kill Pompey? Isn't it obvious? Caesar was looking to gain that power solely for himself. Take a look at Caesar's statue. He placed it to be under all the other statues of former Roman kings. Are you going to tell me that the man who forcibly had a castle built for himself and face plastered on every coin isn't ambitious and looking to be king? Are you going to tell me that the man who claimed he is more dangerous than danger itself isn't arrogant and proud? Do you think placing to the invincible God under a statue doesn't show his true egotistical nature? My friends, for the killing of Julius Caesar was not evil, but it was justified and necessary for every single one of us and Rome's well-being. For the killing of Julius Caesar to be evil would have meant that Julius Caesar was an honest and noble man. For the killing of Julius Caesar to be evil would have meant that he was not a tyrannical ruler looking for sole control over everyone. For the killing of Julius Caesar to be evil would have meant that he was not working to destroy this republic we've worked so hard to keep. For the sacrifice of one man is acceptable if it saves the lives of thousands more. Thank you again, noble and honorable and amazing citizens, for lending me your ears so graciously. I hope in time you'll realize that we provided a better future for all of us and for Rome. I hope in time you'll come to realize that I am not the traitor, but in fact he was. Thank you, and I wish all of you the best.